Back with another NBA 2K19 My Career gameplay, and today we're going up against the Houston Rockets. So, yeah, I want you to follow me on Instagram. It's Jaquavius, all lowercase letters, and let's get it started. All this need to get cut off. All this need to get cut off right here. Don't feel right now.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! Favorite time of the year. Ernie Johnson, do you like my Christmas hat? Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Very nice. Here's Shaq. I love the sweater. That is very, very impressive. And Kenny, you should have worn a shirt. I don't know.
I like my late pack.
Come on.
Look at it.
Pretty good.
Look at it. That's that vegan diet I've been eating.
The famous We Love Houston sign just off Interstate 10. We're coming to you from the Toyota Center in the biggest city in the Lone Star State. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets, playing here in Houston. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they like that streak to end tonight here.
Yeah, right now, the Rockets, the position they're in would be considered a success for most teams. But let's face it, they're not most teams. For them, any place other than first is a disappointment.
Especially since they were in the top spot earlier this season. I'm sure they thought they'd be there all year, but now they've got some ground to make up.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris Paul is among the greatest. Now, he says, I have a scary passion for basketball. I study it, I watch it all day, every day. I'm not the most athletic guy, so I have to use my mind and my knowledge of the game. Kevin, he is a professor out on the floor.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Now squaring off Doris in the middle, a couple of very talented big men. Talk about how the center position continues to evolve in this league.
Right, gone are the days where the 5-man is just a defensive player and a rebounder, somebody who is nothing more than a rim protector. Increasingly in today's NBA, Kevin, that position is a skill position, and by that I mean the center can handle the basketball. You can run your offense through the center position, very much the way the Celtics do with Al Horford. And if you can shoot the long-range shot, you can...
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Morris outside. Harris outside. Back to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Good timing on the pick and roll by Morris. Makes the right move on cue.
1:46 left in the first quarter. Outside Gordon. The pass to Shumpert. Over Harris. And too long on the shot. The Thunder leading by 4. Schroeder looking around to the paint. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, 6'11" Nerlens Noel so efficient down deep, working his magic thanks to that great size.
Gordon with no one around gets the three-pointer to fall. Gordon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Schroeder against Rivers. Here's Morris. Outside for George. Over Gordon. George, no good.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Schroeder against Rivers. He can't get it to go. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Harris passes to Schroeder. The feed now to Noel. A 3-ball. George, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Rivers kicks to House. Gordon against George. Right side Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Gordon. And both free throws good for Gordon. George, that's a two-pointer. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. George has got 9. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Thunder lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
Toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And welcome back as we continue our Christmas Day matchup. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I love the fact that they're getting so many of their points at the rim. Just a solid first period.
Well, Greg, playing bully basketball on the block. Every opportunity they've wanted at the rack, they've got it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Rockets. Bob Shumpert is out there at Rivers. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And there's Gordon. And it's House at the 4-man position.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Here's Harris. And it's good off the back rim and in. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. It's a 3-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
I think that's the most frustrating thing, right? You earn the opportunity to take those free throws, and you don't cash in at the line.
Harris against Shumpert. Outside, Felton to the paint. A steal. And it's Shumpert penetrating, and the shot goes down.
Boy, if Shumpert gets you to hesitate just a second as a defender, that's all he needs to get to the rack.
And Austin Rivers out of Duke, an elusive 6'4" combo guard.
I mean, a great handle, and he's found most of his offense having some success with his development as a long-range shooter. Got to the point now where you want him to put it on the deck.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Houston, a whole new five on the floor. Then, and so it's the Houston Rockets, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Clint Capella and Andrews, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harris has checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George with the steal. So for Oklahoma City right now, the forwards, George and Grant. Harris is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Adams at the center filling out the middle. Westbrook, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Westbrook with the block.
Oh my goodness, Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
Harris looking it over. Grant kicks to Adams. Westbrook against Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. Over Rivers. And again, Oklahoma City. No good.
Tough start to the second half. Just 1-5. Wow. When you think about Thunder coach Billy Donovan taking over in 2015, he came in as a two-time NCAA champion of Florida and one of only 4 individuals to play and coach in a Final Four. Incredible stuff.
Rockets leading by 12. Outside, Green. Capella kicks to Green. Right at the free throw line, and he connects with the jumper. Green's got 7. And Coach Donovan, when he came in, wanted to encourage more ball movement and spacing.
I'm not sure it's played exactly as he had hoped. It's not always possible to shoehorn a new style of play. You've got to adapt to your personnel.
Shot clock at 6. Harris kicks to Grant. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, Grant is going to have to expand his range. And how about the confidence on that jumper?
Harden surveying the D. To the inside. It's stolen by Adams. And even 3-on-3 break. Westbrook dishes to Harris. Back to Westbrook. Over Rivers. 5 to shoot. Rebounded by Tucker.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
Westbrook against Harden. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could hope for today.
Time call here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important. Otherwise, we've seen how much organizations set the tone, set the culture from the top on down. What common traits have you seen among successful team ownership?
Well, boy, oh boy, so many, I think. Obviously, there has to be some level of financial commitment. You have to be willing to hire good talent. You have to be willing to hire coaches that you believe either developmentally are going to have a bright future, or if you're hiring an experienced coach with championship pedigree, are you willing to pay those types of positions? What is your commitment to the non-traditional aspects that we've seen take a more informed role in how decisions are made? What is your analytics department made up of? What is your nutrition, your strength and conditioning, your training program? Are you hiring top-level professionals across the board? And then to me, it's always about There's a great quote that says, any organization is defined by the worst behavior tolerated at the top of the leadership position.
The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Kenneth Faried is out there with Green, and it's Capella in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Rockets.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Clint Capella.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
And here is Felton. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Dick.
Well, if you enjoyed that video, make sure you leave a like and comment down below to tell me how you feel about this video. My name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris, and I catch you in the next video.